Hi guys, this is Alex from Ace Lifestyle. I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry for being MIA out of the channel for a couple of weeks. I was taking my daughter to stay away camp for 2 weeks. So she is gone and I'm trying to get a ton of sewing done. And guys, it is raining cats and dogs, buckets of water right now. So if you hear it in the background, I apologize. Can't do nothing about that. Just roll with it. But I went ahead and sewed two patterns this week. I sewed the Donny shirt from the Friday Pattern Company, and I also sewed Butterick 6924, which is camp shirts, guys. And if you don't know about camp shirts, they are great to just throw them on, put them in as coordinated sets with shorts, and go about your life and enjoy summer. So I wanted just pretty much test these two out and compare and to see if I like one more than the other. I actually made muslins for both and I need to select fabric for my Butterick pattern, my final Butterick fabric, but I went ahead and sewed a muslin for this. Just I wanted to just go through the motions. I did a muslin also for the Donny shirt, and I tried that out. It is pretty much a boxy shirt. It is got a you just throw it over. There's no buttons, zippers, none of that. Let me kind of show you. So there's no buttons, there's no zippers, none of that. You just pretty much just throw it over. And then here is the collar. There's a yoke with some gathers in the back. It's a great shirt if you are a beginner and are looking to do something a little bit more advanced. Obviously, there's no buttons, so that's kind of really nice. It is loose, so it doesn't take a lot of fitting. It does not have a dart, so keep that in mind. So it's not going to be kind of fall close to your body. I love it. I thought it was a really nice quick sew. The designer also has a sew along on her website. So again, if you need a little bit more hand holding, great pattern to have. I went ahead and extended it 3 inches in length after I did that my muslin. And I'm really happy with that length. It does not have a curved hem like the Butterick pattern does. Again, great pattern from the Friday Pattern Company. It is a quick sew. It took me about 2 days to do, and I was doing that pretty slowly, just kind of taking my time doing my muslin and then went to cut fabric and whatnot. Now let's talk about this pattern, you guys. So this pattern is from Butterick. I wanted to sew it. Somebody had mentioned it in sewing pattern review. So I went ahead and took a look at it. And I said, you know, another Palmer Pletsch pattern. They usually have all sizes in what pattern, but that is not the case with this one. It does have 3 different lengths, 3 different types of sleeves: sleeveless, long sleeve, and short sleeve. They used to have another camp shirt pattern, but it was also unisex, and I tend to stay away from those patterns just because the ease on that is a ton. It just feels like it's a little bit harder for me to just adjust those patterns. So this is designed for women. So I went ahead and picked size 20 based on the ease, and I have to say I did my muslin. Great pattern, because if you've never sewn with a Palmer Pletsch pattern, it has a bunch of lines that helps you make adjustments if you need a full bust adjustment, small bust adjustment, if you need to lengthen it, if you need to do a sway back adjustment, if you need to do a bicep adjustment. All those lines are there in all of their patterns. So it's always really nice if you if you need help with those adjustments. And they do a ton of hand holding, showing you, do you need that adjustment? And if you do, let me show you how to do it. I usually have to lower the dart on my shirts and or my tops. It is what it is. We just go with it. So that is pretty much the only adjustment I had to make. Let me show you. And this is my muslin. This is not my finished garment, but I don't know about you guys, but I do a lot of wearable muslins just because why not, right? If I find some inexpensive fabric and I'm able to put it together, why not? So this pattern does have a dart. It also has a front pocket. The pattern has two different types of pockets, and it also has, you can either do gathers or you can do pleats in the back. I went ahead and did a pleat. I would say depending on the fabric that you're using, you may want to do gathers. If you're doing something a little bit more drapier, I would definitely suggest for you to do gathers. If you're doing something like what I did for this muslin, a cotton, then perhaps take a look at doing pleats, just so it sits well. Guys, I did size 20 based on the measurements and my measurements. But at the end of the day, I had to take it in an inch from the armhole all the way down to the hem. The pattern does have a curved hem, which is kind of fun to do. Kind of pretty easy. I think it's pretty easy. I think some people you get a little bit tripped up about that. You need to ease it in. If you don't know that, you need to ease it in, and you do that doing gathering stitches where it curves. So great pattern. They're very different from one another. You can hack both patterns. The Donny shirt from the Friday Pattern Company, it has a video for the sew along, and it also has a video for you if you wanted to do hacks. I know that Joanna Page, she's out in the UK. She did a hack for the pattern. She's in that video and shows you how to do it and what she uses. And also the designer for that pattern also did a hack using one of her other patterns. I don't recall right now, but she did. It's beautiful. It's a hack that I think that my daughter would love, absolutely love. Palmer Pletsch also did a hack on their pattern with the sleeveless view. And if you go to their blog, and I put a link on my website, if you go to their blog for this pattern, they have I believe it's Helen. Helen has a long shirt dress using the camp shirt pattern B6924. So definitely go check it out. As far as if I like one more than the other, I have to say they both stand on their own. Obviously, I would have to say the Palmer Pletsch pattern. If you are looking to put a couple of extra feathers on your cap, it's a really nice pattern. It's a really nice pattern because they really explain to you things that perhaps if you're a beginner and you want a little bit more experience, they explain to you, well, let me show you how to really make a pointy collar, right? This is how you do it. This is where you stitch. This is how much you cut. And if you follow those directions, you do get exactly that. So question to you guys, would you like me to make a sew along for this? I would probably make the long sleeve just because looking at pictures from the short sleeve, I'm not crazy about short sleeves for me. I need something long sleeve so I can roll my sleeves and just kind of dress it up or dress it down. But would you guys like a sew along for this? The color and the facing, the way that you put it all in It's very interesting. There is a little hand stitching in there or not, right? I went ahead and hand stitched it in just because I wanted a really clean finish on my shirt inside. And I put pictures of that on the blog so you guys can see it. And also I put pictures inside of the Donny shirt inside so you can see it. The entire facing is stitched in. Two great patterns. I strongly recommend that you get both. I don't have one. I don't like one more than the other. They really do stand on their own. I definitely think that these are patterns that I will make again and again and again, and they will go in the stash. And also, I have not forgotten about the Vogue. About the Vogue pattern, I actually reached out to Minerva. I'm trying to see if they can help me find eyelet tape because that pattern requires eyelet tape, and the only two colors that I've looked at found is like plastic pleather in brown and plastic pleather in black, and I wanted to see if I can just do some other colors just because. So don't think I haven't forgotten about that. I am definitely working on that, but let me know if you want to sew along on this. Great pattern to have in the stash. Put some extra, a little bit more experience. If you're looking for a nice sew along, this would be it. And guys, let me know if you have tried the Donny shirt. It's been around for maybe like a month, 2 months, and that pattern is new. So if you happen to make it recently, let me know in the comments below. All right, guys, I will see you next week.